Hey guys, Nick here. Got Michael, got Isaac sitting in the back there. We are not filming in front of our set as we were in the last entry. We were shooting at my house, but my mom wasn't really cool with it. She didn't like the idea of people being over, even though she knows them pretty well. But I guess we are just gonna go right into this, little driving around here. I kind of want to make this entry more over the abilities and traits of the GM. I mean, you guys have anything to say before we jump right into this? All good to go? All right. As far as I know, there are several traits or abilities, if you will, that he has. One of the really common and easy to tell would be the instantaneous movement. He's got, it's, okay. When I first thought about this, it was almost like the cameras, that people used had like a paralyzing effect on him. But I'm not really too sure on that one anymore. Actual physical movements by the GM seem to be a bit of a rarity. It's reserved for special occasions, more like a shock and awe effect, if you will. There's no, as far as cameras and people like looking at him go, there's really no solid evidence as to why he stands still as he does, but he is anywhere and everywhere at once. People are prone to wheezing, coughing, blackouts, headaches. It's not something that is traceable, researchable, because it's not, I don't know that he has a direct effect on people like that. It's not something intentional, but he, just his air, his presence of being around somebody, just kind of adds this effect to people. Obviously I have no bit of medical background or whatsoever, but that's something to do more research on, definitely. Ooh, a big one, indirect telepathic communication. There's so little research done on this.
You can research.
Yeah, this is something that's damn near impossible to put a link on to be able to trace it. But it's a very obvious ability at the same time. We can say that we theorize about it, but there's almost evidence on it, but there's not. And otherwise, how else do the dreams happen? When you're in a dream and you have the same effect, you wake up and you're literally just almost in tears. It's more than a nightmare. It's something that was physical and it actually happened, but it didn't happen at the same time. Interesting note, despite the transition to digital media, the manner of distortion really hasn't changed that much. I could see it if it was like there was like film in the camera, there'd be visible distortion without having to actually put it through a player. It really hasn't changed much, like on an SD card, because I know on this camera it's what, USB?
Yeah.
I'm sure that a camera like this would even be affected simply for the fact that it's just his presence and what he does. Did I leave anything out?
Connection between sickness and distortion.
Right.
Oh yeah. It seems it's really popular that sometimes the distortion can cause the sickness or vice versa.
It's the same thing.
It is one and the same. One is usually around when the other one is. It's very hard to find a situation.
They're hand in hand.
They are hand in hand. It's kind of the same thing. The same way he affects people is what he does to devices. Shifting like a badass over here. Damn. But he. When somebody feels sick, that's almost, if you will, the same way that the camera feels it. It's unable to record to its full capacity. So does that just about cover it?
Sure.
Okay. Anything else you guys want to add on this one? Pretty well. All right. Well then, I guess that does it for entry number 2. So yeah, I guess catch our next video. Hopefully we'll have a little bit more, a little bit better thought out and whatnot. But yeah, deuces.